Hey guys, it's Hades. Today I want to show you a video pretty much about what I'm going to do for this week's arena team, but also focused on one champion in particular. So this is going to be kind of half champion guide, half kind of arena setup. So this week I'm going to be focused on Robar, or I guess more importantly I'm going to be focused on champions that can kind of get the most benefit out of Relentless set. And for me, Robar's got to be right up there. So Relentless gives you 80% chance to get an extra turn, and the champions that this is most effective on are champions that already have their own ability to try and gain an extra turn. So Robar's got an A1 that when he hits, he has a 50% chance to land a stun and grant an extra turn if this debuff is successfully placed. So basically whenever he lands that stun, he gets an extra turn. Now that paired with Relentless means that he can be pretty insane. What I'm going to do, I took a bit of video footage of him in Faction Wars earlier. I'm going to play that through before I get into some of the arena fights because it's pretty crazy and funny. But yeah, so he's got this kind of A1 which gives him a chance to get an extra turn if he lands a stun, and that stun is 50% chance. Booked up just gives him more damage, it doesn't give him a better chance, but that's actually a really strong ability. He's then got an A2 which is an AoE, which booked up could be 100% chance to land a big decreased defense. That's pretty strong. And that's on a 3-turn cooldown if you get it booked. And then he's got an A3 which is another AoE, hits pretty hard, and it basically does damage increased if somebody's stunned, asleep or frozen. So again, he kind of complements his own kit if you get the stuns off. So what I'm doing, I pulled a second Robar when we were on the sort of recent shard pulls last week or last weekend, and I figured why not just gear them both up and see if I can get something funny going on where the two of them are just kind of trying to stun everybody in the arena and in Faction Wars and everything. So that's pretty much what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just having a bit of fun seeing what I can do with them. If you look at the way I've got the two of them geared, they're both in Relentless set. This one's got slightly better accuracy, 270 or so. I want to be above 240 really. This one's about 230 at the moment because I want the stuns to land obviously. This one has got higher HP and kind of reasonable defense, whereas this one's got lower HP, slightly better defense. And then you've got this one is kind of lower crit rate, lower crit damage versus higher crit rate, higher crit damage and faster. So pretty much got a squishier one but does more damage and is faster versus a tankier one that is slower and does less damage. So it'll be interesting to see how the two of them perform. As I say, both of them in Relentless set, so that's kind of an important thing. If I look, I could go all out nuke on these guys, but generally when you've got attack based champions, all out nuke just means they're going to die fast. So this one's actually got HP gloves, HP chest, speed boots, whereas the other one has got crit rate gloves, defense chest, speed boots. So slightly different kind of variations on a build. Now the idea, I'll just show you the masteries actually quickly. So the masteries on the two of them are pretty much the same. Basically, because they use their A1 a lot, I'm trying to get abilities which do well using that A1. So this is a really important ability on Robar. He increases his damage the more times he uses A1. And my idea on this build is to go into the extra crit damage down here. And kind of build my accuracy, building things like Evil Eye so I reduce turn meters. I built into this not to improve my stun. I can't improve the stun here, but I can improve the decreased defense if I haven't got him booked. That's why he's got that side. The only way I think you can increase stun, this ability, but I'm led to believe that this ability does not work on it anymore, and it apparently used to, but it doesn't anymore. It'd be good if anyone's got confirmation whether that's true or not, because actually that would make a big difference to the build. So that's one of them. The other one I built similar really, but I actually have gone down more of a PVP route and then ended on Helm Smasher, which I think will hit harder if it lands properly. So this is the guy that's built more to do my damage versus the other guy who's built more to do my kind of abilities. But they're similar builds, so just I think this one will kick out more damage for me. Okay, so what I'm going to do in the arena is just try and pair him with people that enable him really. So I'm thinking I'd probably either go Arbiter to try and gain the speed lead, perhaps with someone like Morsley Mage, or Morsley Mage and somebody like Madame Therese to reduce people's defense, clear off buffs and things like that. I still need that kind of utility. But it's actually quite hard fitting two of the same champion in the same arena team. So I'm just going to cut into that Faction Wars video now because it's quite fun, and you'll see how they do in PvE, and then we'll kick on with some PvP. So here's an example of how Robar completely demolish round 15 of Faction Wars. I've literally just been trying them out today. I've put Relentless gear on both Robars, and they just keep getting extra turns. And because they get an extra turns, pretty much they're just kind of completely dealing with this wave. You see, we've got all of them as basically stunned up, so I know that they're going to have a full turn before they can come back into action. See here, I'm just like extra turn there because my Relentless gear, also because of his ability, grants him 50% chance to get an extra turn. So sometimes it kicks in with both things, the extra turn from his ability and from the gear, which means I kind of get double extra turns. It's pretty nuts actually. It's pretty broken. I quite like it. But yeah, it's enabling me for the first time with this team to get past this group. Also, when they're stunned up like this, I can do more damage with his A3. So I've got 2 Robars in this team. Just maxed the other one up today, and it just means now that there you go, cleared it, 3-starred it for the first time, and it's the first time I've got anywhere close to 3-starring it as well. So if I show you on the map, just enabled me to get my legendary book, which is amazing. Been after that for a little while. And then kind of takes me on to round 16. So I'm just going to throw it into this so you can see it kind of in action. I don't really have a better buff. Maybe the defense one might be better, but I've got accuracy as my buff because they need accuracy to land that stun. See here the way it works. Both of them are relatively quick. So both of them are over 200 speed. So I could start with the decreased defense if I want, but actually I just want to try and land some stuns on, there we go, land stun, get an extra turn on the people that are going to be annoying in this fight. Land another stun. Didn't land a stun that time, so that's his turn done. Weaken them up. Then my other guy's still down before these guys. So we just kind of rinse and repeat, try and get stuns off. There he goes. Didn't get it that time. So there you go. So 3 out of the 5 are stunned up. He does have other abilities, like I can make him decrease defense. So I can do it here, decrease defense. The Relentless gear has still got a chance to proc as well, so I can do that first, decrease defense. Sometimes I'm going to get another turn off of that. Obviously now I've got a team that's got decreased defense and weaken, and then this third ability does more damage to those that have got stun or sleep or something. So these two hopefully will take a bit of a pound in here. 36k, and I've not really built them for offense. I've built them to be able to deal with arena and other aspects of the game, but just wanted to kind of try and see how it goes in there. So he's going next, so let's get rid of him. He's going to then go next, look at his turn meter, let's see if we can stun him up. Who's next? You're next. And yeah, we just kind of work our way through the team. So it's quite fun actually. Yeah, a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be, getting the Robars going. A lot of people say Robar's not a great champion. I actually quite like him. I think he's a bit hit and miss because obviously you're relying on something proccing, which is not always easy to deal with, but it procs pretty often. Certainly with this Relentless gear, you know, I'm getting plenty of turns. Another turn there. This is his third hit. You know, when you've got 2 of them going one after the other, actually it gives you a pretty good setup. So the idea probably really should be decrease defense first, bang, and weaken with my seer, and then I get this Robar kind of hopefully going in and landing some stuns. Didn't get any that time. So this is, as I say, we're really far into faction grips here, and we're actually against now the teams which become really annoying. I mean, I've only got past this stage on a handful of teams that I'm running. So, you know, to get past it with anyone is pretty strong. This is why I've got Seer in the team, so I'm going to clear all of those off, clear all of mine off, and hopefully do a bit of a nuke. See you later, 180k, see those hits. Oh, they were big, actually. Extra turn again. Good thing about all the extra turns as well is he just gets so much of his cooldowns back. So I'm just going to go in. Who does the most damage? This guy, Zethos, worst, highest damage dealer in the game. Stun him up. Thank you very much. Who's next? Maybe get one of these Aphels. Thank you very much. Oh, you look like you might do some damage. Let's have a go at you. Thank you very much. Oh, what about you? Yeah, we're going to get you as well. I know we didn't. Oh, it's close. It'd been nice if I got a full house there. But then the next guy comes in, and pretty much we're just kind of trying the same thing again. And it's just giving you so much more time to deal with, these waves. And yeah, so now I've kind of got a bit more control. I'd get decreased defense on, get the weaken up, and then I think what I do is I just try and stun some people up again. Stunned. What about you? Stunned. What about you? Done. You can kind of get a feel for what I'm doing. It's just absolute control. Always, it's no different from what I do when you see me fight in the arena. I try and get control before I start nuking. I've got 2 stunned up. This does more damage when they're stunned. Hopefully we clear 1 out at least. Yeah, 1 down. Haven't got that back just yet, but that would kill everybody if I get it back. So got a chance to get an extra turn here as well. Didn't get it. Next turn, provided I keep everyone alive, that's me clearing this wave as well. So what I'm going to do is just roll in with the decreased defense, which is quite a hard hit, just to try and clear some people out. And we're just setting ourselves up. So we're not really, to be honest, we're not really taking any damage because we're just constantly getting these extra turns and stunning people up. But yeah, look, it's a 4-minute fight, but bang, there goes stage 16. Without really any issues. I know I'm manual in it, but still, it's no real issues there. So I'm going to keep cracking on with this, and I'm also going to show you some of the Robars fighting in arena this week and some of the other content. But just thought I'd show you that as it was good fun. Okay, hope you enjoyed that part of the video. Let's crack on and get some PvP done. So I am building my way back up to plat. We just had the reset. I managed to get into the top 150 using my only epic team from last week, which was quite good fun. Now let's have a reset. So I'm sitting, a couple hundred points outside of plat now, which means the teams probably should be relatively easy. I would think the team powers are likely to be quite low. This is one of the kind of ideas I've got. So keeping Oltan in for the big hits, perhaps putting Arbiter in to give me the speed lead. I think this works until I get into plat, and after that I probably need to be a bit more inventive. At that stage my Arbiter becomes too slow. But she does give a buff to attack, which benefits the Arbiters, benefits the Robars. Then obviously I get going with the speed attack. So the idea is I just keep running in and trying to get extra turns by stunning people up. Got a stun off there. And then Oltan is basically there to do the nukes for me. So between the 3 of them, I think we should be in good place. Clear some of those buffs back off. See how weak they can be. That's my only sort of danger here. Don't have the same sort of level of protection. That. And also don't have the sort of cleanse up of all my buffs that can come off. So let's got decreased defense on them already. Let's see if we can stun up Badel. Nope, we'll get another turn. Didn't get the stand. Got it that time. Stun up Tyrell. We've got 2 stunned. I don't need to worry about them right now, so let's just try and take out Tyrell. There he goes. Obviously with this team, Arbiter is in there as my kind of healer and utility. You see here, I'm just kind of constantly keeping people stunned. So we've got 3 stuns up. Now I can go with the increased damage to those people that are stunned. Okay, here I can also do decreased defense, make sure everyone's got it on. And then Badel's going down. You see, it's just I guess it's like a war of attrition sort of build really. They just can't keep up with the amount of stuns that are going on them, as long as I don't go down really fast. That's what I'm worried about in plat. I think once I get to the higher levels, that might be my problem, is that they just drop. Because they're attack based. Pretty much if you're not going first on attack based champions, you can die quite easily. Decrease in defense. We've got some big tanks in here. Who do I want to stop hitting me? I don't want him to hit me. Try that again. Maybe I'll just try and take him out. Yeah, bang. Weaken up here. This is the trouble with this setup, is I don't then have the ability to clear all these off, which is why I think Madame Cerise in this setup might be better, but then you're juggling one thing for another, so Madame Cerise can clear stuff off, but then I don't have the speed lead. It's quite difficult to know where to go with it actually, if you're trying to fit two of the same champion. See that we're just getting like this 3 turns now. 4th turn. What should we do next? We could go decrease. No, we could just go for more damage. Now that he's coming in for the big nukes. I've got my other guy who's going to be in soon as well. It's pretty effective. This is a different setup I'm going to try. Warlord kind of protecting them, so they got some sort of shielding at the start. Umbral comes in for things like the bit of damage, but also just the AoE provokes. Means I'm going to go second, so can they deal with going second is a question. I've got True Fear on me, so if I miss this, I 100% going to lose this ability. It's not the end of the world with him though. Nice to have. Actually, they've got block buffs on. You see there, that one shot. That's the problem with these guys. They're totally one-shottable. So it's just can't land anything. I've got no cleanse this setup, so I can't land anything. So I might as well just go in for damage. Blocked anyway. So she can do stuff. I can't block her buffs. Actually, I can't taunt or block buffs. But I'm going to go in with damage. Quite nice. Reset their abilities. Yeah, you see, they're just too squishy. I need more protection in the team, or I need to 100% go first, which might be where Arbiter has to come in. Now she can start to do some work. See you later. But obviously that's not really what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to get Umbral, not Umbral, I'm trying to get the Robars going, but it's proving quite difficult to get the right setup for them. This is why they're not played so much, because they're just quite squishy champs. These two should do the work here, finish her off. Make sure she doesn't cast any of her big abilities on me. And all the while she's doing decent damage with a A1. See you later. But yeah, but this is against, you know, relatively weak teams here, so it's not like I'm fighting top end of plat. I'm gonna leave that, so I know they're hard. Let's. Okay, so that didn't really work. So I've got some protection here. Maybe if I try my Mausoleum Mage setup, let's try this. He potentially should get me an extra turn quicker the way I've got him built. Okay, so I've got no debuffs on me, so what I'm going to do is block debuffs. And I think I'm just going to go for some stuns. No stun there. Or there. Oh, but an extra turn, let's try again. Stuns. Reset all of their cooldowns. Quite nice, they're actually going for my Warlord actually, that helps me. Thing here. No stuns. Got nothing on their team that offers any sort of utility. There's no kind of synergies here. So it's obviously just 4 champions this guy's got that are reasonably good in arena. Because none of them offer any utility. It's pretty impossible for them to beat me. They're not working together in any way. Yeah, just not really getting the improved turn meters in this one. That's why he's a bit hit and miss, because it's just kind of like, well, 50%, 1 in 2 times it's meant to be that this lands. You got it that time. And I was supposed to get it that time. No, I didn't that one. Well, obviously when it lands, it's really effective. Try this one. Let's go with speed lead, so competing against speed. Perhaps let's go speed lead and shields. Got some shield in. I think this is probably my best set. Decrease defense up. One of them down already. Super weak, that's the thing. It's not really testing whether this is a good setup or not at the moment, because fighting people that are just too easy to beat. At this stage I'm just totally outgearing them. I'm not winning through team setup or whatever, I'm just beating them through gear. So this one be the last one for this video, and then we'll get some more stuff going there throughout the week. That's nice, you get the stun off on her. I'll try and get one more, but basically that means that now if I activate her unkillable, I'm going to basically use it for a stun turn. So that unkillable now is pointless to her. Now we can just reset cooldowns. There's a lot of damage in this team. Clear off some of this. Increased defense is already on, so I'm actually just going for stuns. Obviously this one, he's the one I've got built to be squishier. He's getting one shot too much really, so I need to change that up. Why it's so difficult to have a decent offensive team if you're not the fastest guy in the park. You know, if you've got attack-based champions and you're not quick enough, you basically just get wiped. Anyway, look, I think that's going to be it for this video. So this is a kind of a bit of a guide into Robar, plus a bit of a feel for what happens with Relentless set. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll catch you all soon.